Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours for the 7th of September, or the day of 927th. And so there is Frontline Changes, of course, as usual, very significant ones. Over at Krasno-Oktябрьske in the Kursk front, Chikaskoye Pereshnoye, Horodivka over at the Pokrov front, Krutia, Selidove, Mihailivka, there's quite a number over at Mihailivka, Hernik, as well as NEVELSKE and Krasnohorivka. So we're going to go into the Kursk front first. And according to the Russian mapping by Ryba, they have considered that the Ukrainians have taken grounds around the Krasno-Oktябрьske region. They claim that based on their mapping, they did not, in their report never said that they have lost Krasno-Oktябрьske. But it seems like, based on their mapping, Krasno-Oktябрьskoye has been taken by the Ukrainian forces. So, but the situation is pretty unclear. So I would say take this with a pinch of salt for now. But whatever it is, for the pro-Ukrainian ones, congratulations, you got another small village, and they finally have taken this. But fighting is still being reported in this region here. So this is not over yet. So the next frontline change is over on the other side of the Kursk front, over at Chikaskoye Pereshnoye, Russian forces have re-entered into the village. And geolocation of Russian forces attacked by Ukrainian drones, I believe. By Ukrainian forces. Not sure what kind of. I didn't take notice. I forgot about it. And so, which means that the Russians have actually entered back into Chikaskoye Pereshnoye, and thus the battle for the village has reignited again. And this could also be a sign, another sign on top of what we have reported yesterday on the Karanevo region, that this is a sign that the Russians are now on the counteroffensive in the Kursk region. So anyway, we shall continue to monitor. So after the Chikaskoye Pereshnoye, we jump all the way to the Pokrov front, and there's quite a number of changes around here. Over at the Horodivka region, Ukrainian forces was geolocated to be, they said ambushed. I think they more like they just rush into the front line with an infantry fighting vehicle or armored personnel carrier, and they were geolocated around here. So Ukrainian forces are here, and they were promptly destroyed because they are just one small squad. And then the armored vehicle was disabled and whatnot. But this confirmed Russian presence in this region of Horodivka. So the Russians have claimed that they have taken the entire southern half of Horodivka, the southern coast, southern shore, southern bank of the river at Horodivka. And this time around, with this geolocation, we can at least confirm most of it, invalidating most of the Ukrainian claims around this region. Because if the Ukrainians have to come to this place and struggle, that means the rest of Horodivka should be under Russian control. So this confirmed the frontline changes over at this region of Horodivka. However, there is Ukrainian drone. A surface drone was geolocated over at Krotia. So this surface drone, or this ground drone, or track drone, or don't know what kind of drone is that, was allegedly doing some fire mission within Krotia, and then it was traveling back. The drone footage captured the footage of it. This confirms Russians are not over in Krasnaya or in the northern part of Krotia, which means that the Ukrainians actually have control along this region here, invalidating Russian claims that they have taken the entire Krotia and most of Krasnaya. So this claim is now invalidated due to the appearance of the Ukrainian drone in this northern part of the village. So this is at least we are getting more and more clearer front line in this region here. So after the Krotia, we go to Selidove. South in this region here, again, yet another Ukrainian geolocation. This time around under the bridge. There's a bridge around here. There's a tank hiding beneath the bridge. It got struck. And then this confirms Ukrainian presence, firm Ukrainian presence in this region here, further invalidating Russian claims around this area. So that means most of Selidove's claim, the Russian presence in Selidove, is now entirely invalidated. We're still not sure about the mining region in the north, in the northeast of Selidove, but at least on the eastern part of Selidove, this is clearly under Ukrainian control right now, and the Russians are not here. However, just nearby, the Russians were geolocated in the tree line. This is where the Ukrainians tried to use their latest drone technology, where the drone throw flames or termites or whatever onto the tree line. They call it the dragon drone. Now they nickname it dragon drone. So this means that the Russians actually have control over the entire forest region. So which means that the Russians actually have made progress west of Memrik in the south of Mikhailivka. So the Ukrainians were actually over on this eastern part of Selidove. So we actually have a more sensible front line developing around here. So we kind of know where the front line actually is at this moment. So this front line change are all pretty significant, allow us to have a better appreciation of the situation on the ground. So and after Mikhailivka and Memrik region, the next frontline change is south of this position over at Hernik. At Hernik, the Deep State UA, the pro-Ukrainian source, reported that the Russian forces have expanded their control, controlling most of the forest region just off Hernik in the north of Hernik. So the Russian forces is now on the verge of starting the attack on Hernik due to the conquest of all these forests in these northern regions. It's unclear if the Ukrainians would actually defend it. At this moment, I believe they would or they should, because there is still a lot of Ukrainian troops inside the NEVELSKE salient, which is over here. The Ukrainians, I call this the NEVELSKE salient, and the Russians now are attacking towards Hernik. The Ukrainians must defend Hernik for as long as possible in order to allow the Ukrainian forces to redraw. If not, then there will be some kind of a military calamity happening around this region here. So and then the next frontline change is over at NEVELSKE. So as I mentioned, the Russian forces are now starting to attack in this region here. First, we have the attack north of Krasnohorivka. And I say that the Ukrainian forces seem to have been redrawing. It seems like to be the case. The furthest point is now taken by the Russian forces in the NEVELSKE region as the Russian forces start to capture ground, as the Ukrainian forces starting to retreat from this NEVELSKE salient. So we are going to see faster and faster collapse, I think, around this area here as the Ukrainians start to abandon position. If not, it's a bit dangerous because the Russians are coming down from the south. So if I zoom into this region here, the Ukrainian mapping, Deep State UA has acknowledged the Russians have taken NEVELSKE. The Russian occupied NEVELSKE. So this confirms the Russian capture of NEVELSKE, and along the mapping is also the entire northern part of NEVELSKE has been taken by the Russian forces, further securing Performaiske, which is over here. And the Russians are going to start to make quick work around this region. They will still progress pretty carefully. They will be fast, but they will be careful because there is probably severe mining within this region, and the Ukrainian forces that is leaving may leave a lot of IEDs, booby traps and whatnot. So the Russian forces, even if they have no enemies to fight with, I think they will still be pretty careful when they move. So after NEVELSKE is at Krasnohorivka. The Battle of Krasnohorivka is near its end. The Russian forces have advanced greatly over in the southern chopstick. This is mapped by Deep State UA, the pro-Ukrainian source. They claim that the Russian forces have made huge progress around this southern chopstick. This is the southern chopstick over here. And the Russian forces have basically taken grounds around here. And a little bit of Krasnohorivka has left. Just a little bit left, and the Russian forces is going to attack and take over the rest of Krasnohorivka probably within the next 2-3 days, and we will see the fall of Krasnohorivka, which would be a massive deal. Krasnohorivka is just like Avdiivka. This is a fortress city. The fall of Krasnohorivka is actually a huge deal, but I don't think most of the public or the people who don't follow DPA or don't follow the Ukraine war would understand how important Krasnohorivka is, but it is like Avdiivka. So anyway, this frontline change is quite big, according to the Ukrainians, which also means that the Ukrainian forces have actually withdrawn from this area entirely without fighting. So anyway, the NEVELSKE collapse has begun, as I alluded the day before. So we are now starting to see the results. So thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe, check out the conclusions, and I'll see you guys in the next update.